Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy. My name is Kirsten and I have another Trump-related reading for you guys today. The question that I posed to the cards is, what events will be around Trump's presidency between now and December 21st through the end of the month? I laid these cards on Thursday the 21st, and unfortunately it seemed like after I took a break, after I did the reading, and but I wanted to muse with it a little bit more. I took a break and started watching the news, and it seemed like it was all playing out in front of me on the news that night. So sometimes the cards do that, especially when I work with Sibillas. So I'm a little frustrated, and usually these are readings that I would check, but I did all this work, and so I asked a few more questions to try and bring out more from the reading, and let's see. I'll just go ahead and post it, and let's see if there's any still predictiveness left in the reading. Alright, so please hit the thumbs up if you like my videos, and the notification bell if you'd like to be informed when I'm posting new ones. Join me on Patreon, support the channel. You can donate on my homepage as well if you'd like. And please leave your feedback, leave your comments. I love reading them. And I enjoy everyone's support. Thank you so much. Also check out my playlist, my Trump playlist. You can look back on previous readings from the inauguration day to now and see the accuracy for yourself. And I hope that you will share my videos and help me to grow my channel to 10,000 subscribers or more. Alright, thank you guys for listening. So let's go ahead and get started with the reading. So, using my 12 Chairs Tarot and Sibilla and Divina to clarify. And you guys know that I read in layers, or if you don't know, I read in layers. Even though this reading is supposed to be coming from Trump's perspective, there are going to be characters that are going to be coming out in the reading, and I'll see stories around them as well. And I'll just kind of tell you that. That's why my readings are a little bit... You need to understand that going in, or else you probably won't understand what I'm saying. Alright, so that being said, let's get started. Where do we start? Let's start where Trump currently is, what he's currently feeling, the situation that he's in. We have the Hierophant. The Hierophant for me always represents a foreign power. It has represented Russia itself for me in cards, including China. But it's a card that's about belief systems and structures. There's lots of boundaries, and you have to conform to the beliefs and the boundaries of this belief system. So it's a governing system. It's the government. It's our institutions, and again, it's powerful world stage players. Okay, world leaders. It's also God and believers, faith. What you have faith and confidence in. So this is representing Trump right now, or it's influencing Trump. Right now, how I'm reading it is this way. The institutions that protect the country are having a major influence on Trump. The government itself, he doesn't trust them. He doesn't, the FBI, the CIA, the law institutions, he doesn't want to learn from them, from their leaders. He doesn't want to take their advice and be educated. He doesn't want anyone else to trust them either. However, he's forced to comply or to conform to the institutions that govern, or the leaders that govern his territory or his base. At the same time, he feels forced to conform to, like I said, the super conservative beliefs of his small base. So looking at the card, if this is Trump, he's in peril here. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place on this narrow base. In this position, this person has lost their faith. They have no faith or trust in God. And they don't have any faith or trust in the institutions that they're standing on. Okay? They don't believe in it. This would be an atheist, and this is someone who doesn't believe in what they're righteously standing on. Okay? And he doesn't believe or trust his advisors or guides. Trump is certainly testing these energies, and he feels that he is being tested by them. Sorry for the noise outside, guys. Just try to ignore it. So let's see what's challenging him right now, okay? What's challenging him right now is the Six of Swords. So looking at the card, just looking at the card intuitively, it tells me that he feels like there are pressures bearing down on him, and whoever's sharing the boat with him, right? That could be multiple people, doesn't have to just be one. Whatever is coming towards him and them, it is dredging up the past actions, words, deeds, and none of it's going to serve any of them very well, Trump or those stuck in the boat with him. It seems that they're going around in circles, not having a clear escape route. Getting away from a choppy situation is a challenge, okay? They can't run and they can't hide from the past that is on their tail, about to catch up with them, and take them back to the scene of old crimes having to do with information, communication, and documentation. To be quite honest with you, this is for me. I've seen this in readings before. This is a you got served card. This is a legal suit coming towards you. Could be legal suit coming towards you. Something major. What's influencing him right now, Trump? He regrets some of the decisions that he's made, and he's trying to escape from some legal problems that are pursuing him or that are proceeding at present. This could be, what's coming from the investigation, and this could be the shutdown in the government, which I predicted in my last reading. What was the name of the last reading? Can't remember. I'll put it in the description box. Okay, so this is him trying to escape his legal problems, and if he hasn't been served already, he's going to be. Okay. This is also the leaving Syria subject. The forces leaving Syria overseas. Problems cause sadness and moral depression to those that will be left behind, and to old partners and allies. So there's also a trip or a move that he's making. This move out of Syria, or a trip that he wants to take, he feels is going to do him a world of good. So you see how that layers into two different stories, two different energies. Okay, so Trump generally feels like what he's doing is going to improve his situation for him, but it's a challenge to do. It's a challenge to do it, and I think he's going to end up repeating old mistakes. The letter, to clarify the Six of Swords, tells me that, also in the challenge position, tells me that it's going to be a challenge for him to get the money that he wants for the wall. He doesn't have the votes. He is using threats and intimidation with the Nine of Wands to get those votes. But I believe it's just a bluff. Excuse me, I need a drink. Okay. So that's what's challenging him. Let's look at the past situation. We have the Four of Wands reversed. It's reversed, but I'm showing it to you upright. Looks like a launching, a grand opening, a win, a parade, achievement, a ceremony of some kind. Also, this can be a meeting of the minds. The Four of Wands can also stand for the house, the base of the house, okay? And then it's reversed. So there's disagreement in the House. There's disharmony in the House. The House can stand for the White House, Congress, any governing House, and also the land of America. Yeah. About this pullout with the star reversed. And there's disturbance in one's peace of mind and harmony, right, in the land because of the general pulling out as well. There's problems amongst his family, direct and indirect, including his administration. They were not wanting, they were not communicating. There's too much tension between them, between the sides of the house, or in the family members. Problems are growing and getting worse. They are growing and getting worse for Trump, causing an external threat to his peace and his happiness and his presidency, to his family. This change in Congress, which I feel is represented here by the wheel next to the House, which means a shift, a great shift or change. This change in Congress is a part of his disharmony and the unstableness, the ruckus that's going on. And the disagreement. In his house is part of that. Trump feels very unsettled and out of balance, uncertain about his and his family's future, and he's not going to agree or sign anything that the House wants. The card is specifically telling me he's not going to sign. So that's a prediction. He's not going to sign. Why all this is happening, we have the third. Do I want to go here? Let's go to what his focus is on right now. He's wanting a wish to come true, but he doesn't believe it will. It's a big wish. It's not bloody likely. The star is reversed. And he's not sure whose plans to follow. Remember, it's reversed. But he's not sure whose plans to follow, what direction to go in. Whose plan to follow. There's a distorted vision or an unclear solution. Like I said, he's going around in circles. There's no escape route for any of his movements. Or decisions. And there's a feeling of despair and discouragement in him and around this presidency. I feel like his star is beginning to fall now. His star is falling. I mean, it's been dead for me. Never was high. But his star is falling. One's fortune, luck, and success is beginning to run out. But it looks like Trump, like interiorly, how his mind works. He doesn't believe in God, right? He doesn't believe in God, but he does believe in him. He does believe in God in him, that he's special, and with enough faith, hope, trust, and willpower, that he can change his fortune or his fate. But presently, he doesn't have hope. He doesn't. It looks like on the surface, and I guess he's this is almost like what he's trying to like handle. He doesn't have faith and hope and trust that the wishes for his base's vision or the distorted plans that he has to follow are going to come true. He's lost sight of his vision due to the disharmony is causing, I feel like his health is really out of balance at this time. Mental and physical. But back to this vision and this hope. I clarified this card because it was giving me so many different meanings that I wanted to know what it meant. So I clarified it with the military card. And this represents a soldier. It could represent a man in the military, a general. It could represent the military itself as an entity, our men at arms. And I feel like this is a shared energy that both Trump and these energies share this lack of faith, hope, and trust in this direction that they're going in. Okay? It's a false plan or vision. It's a false light or hope. It's a false wish. It's not going to happen. I think we're talking about the wall here. And also, maybe that's what someone is telling him. Pulling out of Syria, it's not going to happen. Maybe that's what happened in the past between him and General Mattis. They had a strong disagreement about it, and that's why he walked. I feel like Trump feels alone, and he needs a lot of reassurance. He needs yes men around him. He really does. And at the same time, he has a lot of inner strength. He has the power of the star. He's a very lucky dude. The most lucky person I've ever seen in my life. And I've always said, my mom is like, how can he always get away with this? And I said, he has lucky stars. But sooner or later, those lucky stars are going to turn on him because everything balances out in the end. But it says that he has a lot of inner strength and a lot of self-belief. And he is seeing this as a challenge. Even though he doesn't really have faith in it, he's still presenting it as a challenge to himself. He's going to go after it like he believes it. Okay? In spite of his doubts, in spite of his strong belief that it's not going to be done, he's still going to put forth that effort and try to inspire people to believe in this false plan, this false vision, and to look the other way. This isn't a good card for it, but with the star for me, there's always someone kind of looking at the star. I don't know why it doesn't have it in this depiction. There's always someone looking at the star. So if it's reversed, you want to look away from the star. So he's trying to make people look the other way with the whole Syrian pullout as well. But it serves other purposes. Because he has to make these moves, even though maybe he doesn't agree with them, he has to make these moves because basically he has a gun to his head. He has a gun to his head. He's on this little narrow base here, and this foreign power has got him cornered as well. So he's definitely in a corner with a gun to his head. He's got no choice but to go along with trying to get these things done and to do it with inspiration. I hope that makes sense, guys. I feel like there may be some kind of a search going on because of what's going on in the card. A search into... someone is searching for answers, searching for the truth, searching for a solution. But all they're getting is disharmony. And there's a lack of inspiration for this thing anyway. Okay? Now, in terms of Mattis, I feel like these cards here are saying that he couldn't get Trump to see reason, and he could not see Trump's vision or reason. Okay? Like I said, as for Mattis, they had a strong disagreement, and so he made the decision to get out, to move on. To, I want to say revolt. To revolt. Like this is a revolution and this is a revolter. Okay. But back to Mattis. He's been here before. He's been here before with Trump, and he's exhausted and overwhelmed with the conflict. He doesn't want to repeat a mistake, or he doesn't want to hang around for the next chapter or cycle. He's not sticking around for the change, so he's breaking up the happy home here and breaking up the relationship. So it was his choice to leave because he could not get an agreement with what Trump wanted to do. To remove our military forces from Syria. So I feel that it's still pending. But I feel like we will soon be leaving Syria. I feel like it's going to happen. Because there is a departing from a choppy situation. And I feel like that's what General Mattis was trying to block that. And so there was a loss of faith, hope, and trust between them. And there's no escaping one's responsibilities or culpability, you know. In a sense, you can't really escape this either, Mattis. You know, in a sense, you can't run from this either. And, you know, because even though maybe you were trying to block it maybe by not speaking out, by not revolting sooner, you put us in this precarious position. You have a responsibility as well, is what I feel the cards are trying to say. All right. Okay. Where do I want to go next? Let's go to number 3. The reason why all this is happening. We have the 9 of Wands. Next to the letter. This is my 10th card here, but I laid it here, so I'm just going to let it play out in the sequence, okay? I'm just going to read it like that. So this is the 9 of Wands, and this is definitely a card of strategy in this deck. A strategy move, a defensive move, defensive work, defense work, defensive territory, defend the territory. Defensive workers, government workers. I feel like we're talking about government workers here too. And we're also talking about the energies that are around it. Hopefully you guys can see, because I can't really pick them all up. Let me just pick up the cards real quick, the cards that are next to it. We have this 8 of Pentacles next to the 9 of Wands. We have the Emperor reversed below the 9 of Wands, and the City House to the right of the 9 of Wands. And then it's flanked by these other cards. So I feel like the reason why all this is happening is, in part, it's a strategic move on the part of the foreign or the Eastern power here that he's greatly influenced by. He has to conform to what they want. It's a defensive move on the part of Rush Limbaugh, who I believe is represented here in the Emperor Reverse, as well as Russia and Putin is represented here. This is Rush Limbaugh, sloppy Rush Limbaugh. So it's a part of a defensive strategy on all their parts, but it's a risky move because it's a bluff. It's bluster. It's a show of power. That's what it is. It's a risky move because it's a bluff or show of power. And there's threat and intimidation coming from these energies to Trump. And from Trump. So I feel like Trump was threatened or intimidated by his followers, by his base, and by Putin or these foreign powers to make these moves to block, shut down the government, to threaten jobs, government jobs, to pull out of Syria, and to, navigate around this investigation that's coming for him. So, okay. Trump feels threatened by the council. See the council of people, the court, the prosecutor, the institutions. The emperor can represent institutions as well. But he feels more threatened by the corrupt parties. He also feels threatened by a letter or memos or a book. And by, of course, Putin and Limbaugh, Rush Limbaugh. So he's fighting back with the Nine of Wands, even though he's weary and tired. Again, he sees it as a personal challenge. The God in me can overcome this. I, the mighty Trump, can do anything. Sorry, he's just super entitled. He thinks that if he could just get past this last hurdle, make this next move, that he'll secure his win. And that could be a shared energy that all of these energies are thinking the same thing on their level, from their perspective. But really the card is saying is, Trump, you're not the chess player, you're not the champion, you're just the piece or the pawn. And he's the one being played. But he's not backing down from the challenge. Time will tell if it's all bluff or bluster, but I feel like there is an ultimatum on the table. Bluff or dare. And they are playing his game. They're playing his game by working with him, by working hard with the Eight of Pentacles, working overtime, looking for legal or illegal, legal ways or illegalities. There's lawyers that are advising on these matters, looking for balance or for compromise, looking to find balance and compromise. I think we're talking about the shutdown right now. But at the end, there's no real agreement. There's no win. There's an agreement to disagree with the reconciliation reverse. It's like no one wins. It's a draw. So that's where I say they call the bluff. This is around the time right now, prior to New Year's, prior to Christmas. So I feel like the shutdown will probably, I had originally said hours to days. I'm still not sure if I want to change that, but right now I'm seeing no agreement to draw. I'll ask some other cards later to see how the shutdown is going to end, okay? Okay, so let's get back to this reading, to the flow of whatever's in this reading. Let's go to the center of the reading. We have the wheel. The Wheel of Fortune. This is a card of fate and destiny is at play here. It's the hub of everything. It's the cause of everything. It's the cause of everything. Big changes ahead. Unpredictable and shocking. She's shocked. It's going to change everything. If it's been good for you, it's going to now turn bad. And if it's been bad for you, it's going to turn good. So this could be talking about the shakiness, the instability of the stock market. The Four of Wands is reversed. The stock market going up and down, but people have lost faith in it with the star reversed. The Hierophant in this position. There's a lot of discouragement and despair, selling off of assets. I feel the universe is correcting the situation, or the stock market is correcting itself. This is a very pivotal time in history. Right now, the cards are saying this is a very pivotal time in history. What's happening right now with Syria is important. We must pay attention. And what's going around is going to come around. This is karmic justice. It's almost like a warning. And wouldn't you know, I clarified it with my big warning card. This is karmic justice. Everyone, kind of talking to America here. It may be sudden and it may be unexpected, overturning the established order. This is a revolt, a revolution. Overturning the house, overturning the country. I don't want to scare anyone. Just telling you what I'm reading in the cards. I don't see the Tower. I don't see the Five of Swords or the Five of Wands. The enemy didn't come out. Well, this enemy came out. And this civil war came out. So I don't know. I don't know what this is saying. This is a pivotal time in history. We're being warned. Okay, the stock market is correcting itself, and the universe is rectifying an imbalance. Rectifying an imbalance. Okay. This is the great shift, the great change. This is the time when Congress changes over. So that's the time frame that we're in around here in the reading. So around January, there's going to be discussions in the House about how to correct maybe this guy, this dictator, this would-be emperor, Trump. There may be some discussions in the House about how to correct this negative energy, how to shift the situation that we're in, and because it's put the nation at great risk. This is when you're at great risk. This is a big warning card. The nation is at great risk during the shift or during the holiday time. It says there's a big vulnerability here to foreign influence. Possibly some kind of strategic move or attack. This is an attack on your immune system. This is an attack on your vulnerabilities, your most private vulnerabilities. So, an attack on the institutions. Attack on territory overseas or within our boundaries. So this is a big warning card. Any of these things are vulnerable to attack at this time because our forces are weak. Next to this corrupt leader or president or boss, who I said is Trump, is Putin, is Rush Limbaugh, could be someone else. Next to this person, there is a corruption that's weakening our forces, our structures, our institutions, because we have a weak president who's completely compromised by these energies. And this is, like I said, this is also Rush Limbaugh. Somebody here is very sick. Someone here is very sick. Maybe they haven't come out with their illness, but I don't know if it's Trump, Putin, or Limbaugh. But someone here is very sick as well, physically. There's some kind of talk or discussion here about this president, how to make him conform. But he's just going to rebel. So I think they're going to try to make him conform. If we're talking about the 25th Amendment here, I don't think there will be enough agreement to pull it off, but it might be talked about. Let's talk about the emperor here, reversed. He's, like I said, he's a boss. He's a mafia boss. He's a mob boss. He's a kingpin. He's a corrupt, ruthless executive, leader or dictator, an authoritarian, someone who is abusing their power. Very arrogant. So this could be Trump and, like I said, someone around him acting like his boss, who is his boss really, who has power over him. Because this guy dominates whoever he's around with an oppressive thumb. He's got you compromised, you know. He owns your ass. This is also someone who has a God complex. And they feel everyone should be following their rules. This person or entity is deliberately rebelling against the government, breaking rules, revolt, and doing crimes while oppressing others. So this is the energy of an authoritarian. In my opinion, it's all of these people that I mentioned. In my readings, it's really everyone that I'm mentioning, and the energies will play out on some level or degree in their life. All I can do, because I'm not God and I can't speak 50 different stories at once, all I can do is give you the main energy, and we'll see how it plays out. But who I'm telling you, I think it involves, look for that. Or it could be someone else who fits the energy. The energy will manifest somehow. Okay, the only thing I can guarantee is the energy will manifest. So this person enjoys acting like a boss, like the Don. Like I said, they have a God complex and they want everyone to follow their rules. And this person, or this entity of persons, is deliberately rebelling against the government, breaking rules, and doing crimes while oppressing others. So this is the energy that's coming in and that's going to be affecting Trump in the near future. Or this is the energy that he's going to be bringing to the table, acting like an authoritarian and a dictator. There's victory cards here next to him, flanked victory cards. But and I have to use I can't give it to Trump. I'm gonna say the victory belongs to Putin. The victory belongs to Limbaugh. They have domination over him. They're the ones getting the victory out of his actions. They're the ones getting the victory out of his rebellion towards the government. He's got to conform to their beliefs. And Trump feels he's above the law, and all of these men actually feel that they're above the law. I clarified this Emperor reverse with the City House. So this is Trump definitely going home, being with his friends. But I think this is also talking about borders, territories. Both cards talk about borders and territories. The City House can also represent a government house as well, or the institutions. Both cards, again, can also represent the institutions. Like I said, government workers, a bad boss, threatening their jobs. They're going to come to some kind of a truce, but I don't think it's going to be anyone really wins. I don't think Trump is going to get his wall. I don't think Trump is going to get his money. There's something here, and I'm not going to go into it, but there's something here about the gift that he offered to Putin, the penthouse, coming up here. Maybe some information is going to be coming out about that, although I feel like everything should be pretty relatively quiet on the news, but maybe this is after the new year again. Even though the reading was between now and the end of the year, we do have the new cycle card, so this could be after January. Okay. When Trump is visiting home, I think that he's going to rethink or think twice about what he's doing. as far as like our military forces, with the Chariot here, I'm a little lost here. Someone might be writing or discussing about the penthouse information that was offered to Putin if they built the tower in Moscow. There might be more stories coming out about that. And maybe that's some information that Cohen or someone else may present to the council, because there's some sort of present being gifted that's shocking, surprising. And it's presented about the fixer or by the fixer. And both Trump and Putin are, this could be Trump, this could be Putin, this could be Cohen, this could be the king of Turkey. Look, it looks like a turkey. I was looking here at the holiday dinner. These cards trip me out. Okay, maybe that's a cooperation gift, something that he'll present as a gift of cooperation. Or maybe it's Flynn who's presenting a cooperation gift, more information about the penthouse promise or something like that. I don't know. Okay, so where are we at and why? Let's go to the King of Wands here in the 8th position. Again, like I said, this could be the fixer, but that could be Trump, it could be Cohen, it could be Flynn, it could be the King of Turkey, President of Turkey, it could be Putin. This is someone who fixes problems and sweeps them away or sweeps the house. And he's causing drama. This is how other people see Trump. He's causing drama. This is how Trump may see Cohen, Putin, Limbaugh. They're causing drama. They're agitating him. He's causing agitation. This is a card of aggression and arrogance. Trump may also think that this judge is abusing his power over Flynn. He may take boldly to saying that. Someone may present Trump with an opportunity for success, an opportunity for compromise, an opportunity for victory. But he doesn't trust, he doesn't have faith. He will lose faith, he will lose trust with the base. He wants a success. Through arrogance, pride, and aggression, he may veto this opportunity or not sign something. This could also be Putin grabbing an opportunity, being gifted an opportunity or a chance to forcing Trump to make some bold moves, bold military moves with the Chariot card here, that are in his interest, that will bring him success. Shifting the military. Damn. Clarified with presence and the shift, the wheel. This is a presented opportunity to Putin to occupy and overthrow the area. Look, Trump just opened the door for him. He just opened the freaking gate. He opened the way for him to do it. But I feel there's also an opportunity presented by the House There's an opportunity presented by the House, discussion made about his competency, about Trump's competency. They're talking or discussing this 25th Amendment. Trump may be aware or fearful that that might be happening. So he's moving fast, he's moving quickly to fulfill his promises and his agenda to his ruler, Putin, or whoever's in charge of the ruthless base. I don't know if this is this Pence? I'll have to look separately and ask that question separately if anything's going to happen with this 25th Amendment. As of right now, I feel like there is no agreement to enact it, but I feel like there's going to be talk about it. Before the generals leave, both generals leave. I don't know if they have any power to do that still at this point since they've resigned. Okay. So let's go to the Chariot. This represents Trump's hopes and fears, but it's also what's in his environment and in his emotions. So there is, he's emotionally, he needs to control himself emotionally with the Chariot here. He's hoping to get a victory. He's hoping to remain in control. But my cards are layering on me and I'm getting confused. I think he's presenting himself as victorious. I think that he's not going to get his border wall. I think that they're going to proclaim it a victory, but it's not really presented as a victory. And I feel that he's handing over this victory to Putin, this victory to occupy or to go into Syria. But he's actually having some doubts about that, whether that's a good idea. He fears new control, and or he fears the control that is guiding him or directing him. In his environment, again, this representing the military, or it could represent his chief of staff or any one of his generals or high-ranking official. This card says that this person has a lot of emotional aggression. There's nothing that they won't do to win. They want to win. They're impulsive and angry or out of control, causing great fear and fluctuation in the world and in the market. And the universe is trying to say as a message, I feel the universe is trying to say as a message, there's a need to get this guy under control. This is a pivotal time. This Syria thing is important. It's a pivotal move and a very strategic position. I don't think the universe wants America to leave Syria. As this move will give control and strength to the Eastern powers that be, the ruthless powers that be. They will be the ones who get the success. They're presented with the victory. And afterwards, doubts, afterwards, regrets. What? Hey, you're not allowed, Trump. You're not allowed. This is a fast move before the shift to reset power in this area or to gain control. Dictated by Putin, strategized by Putin. I asked if there's anything else that I need to know about this Chariot card, and I got thought. And again, that's where it told me that even though Trump is proceeding with confidence, inside he's doubtful of the direction we're going in. And he really doesn't care about this wall. He really doesn't care about this wall. It's just for show. Plans to move out of Syria may be blocked. This is a card of blockage. Plans may not materialize or as strategized. Others may block this military move out of Syria. This would be our government. Hard at work to block this move. Okay, and the final card is the 8th card. Final card is the 8th card, the Eight of Pentacles, the Man of the Law, and the Reconciliation reversed. Okay, hopefully you guys can see. When work continues or resumes after the holidays, we're going to learn some new things, I think, about Trump with this 8 of Pentacles. Maybe from the investigation, some new details are going to be available to read, especially about emails. Maybe something that was written, a book, a dossier, I don't know. I think that the person replacing the general or the attorney general, this bald guy here, Whitaker, it could be him, it could be someone else. We could learn some new things about the person who's replacing the attorney general. We're going to find out that this guy is corrupt. You're going to learn some new things about him. I also see a book, or someone is going to be writing something that's quite revealing. This is after the new year. Someone's going to be writing something quite revealing. It could be one of his journals about Trump. Dare I say it? This could also be Mueller writing his report. I clarified the 8 of Pentacles with the Man of the Law, which is the Mueller card. And Reconciliation reverse. The Man of the Law can, like I said, can be Mueller, could be just the justice system, the investigation, attorneys, judges. Whoever this person is presenting legal findings. He's presenting and he is serving. Okay, he's presenting his report. He's serving his legal findings. A decision or a verdict doesn't go in Trump's favor, and Trump will call it unjust and unfair. This energy could apply to the investigation. It could apply to getting money for the border wall. It could apply to moving out of Syria. I feel like there will be blocks, disagreements, compromise, giving something up, having to relinquish something. There are big, huge legal difficulties coming towards this person who's either Whitaker, the Attorney General, or the person who's writing this book about Trump. There's legal proceedings coming towards this person. Legal threats to sue or to countersue. This person is a master or an expert at the law or about the Constitution. And I feel his findings will be challenged in court. And as an outcome with reconciliation reversed, there will be a strong legal disagreement that will only temporarily delay the outcome. So this Attorney General may do something to temporarily delay the outcome of this report findings, but it's just a temporary delay. I do feel that this report is on its way after January, and the cards are saying that there's a lot of hypocrisy being displayed by by one of the parties. There's going to be a lot of hypocrisy being displayed by one of the parties, and justice is going to go in favor of the one accused. That's not good. That doesn't sound good. Okay, so I wanted to know exactly how this shutdown is going to end. So I pulled 5 cards. Okay, and I got the journey reversed, the gamblers, the tenderness, the protector, and the 5th card is the trip to the country reversed. So I feel like the journey reversed is saying that at this time movement forward is blocked due to self-stagnation. That would be stagnation by Trump. The way forward is not the right way that he's going in. The gamblers represents what's challenging him. They are going to call his bluff, but as a result, this will insert hardships into society, loss of jobs, government work, hours lost, delay in getting paid. But they're going to call his bluff. Like I said, as a result, this inserts hardships into society, but Trump will not back down. However, he feels unsupported. In the end, he will have to relinquish the goal. That's what it's saying. Tenderness card here tells me that as an action that he will take, I see him, he's with family, he's with loved ones. So this is telling me that this is probably for the holidays. So I think that, again, I do think it's a short shutdown. I don't think it goes after. I think it ends before the holidays end. And with protector here, I think, though, him going home is going to look bad. He may go home early. If he does, it's going to look bad. I do see someone standing up for him and making some excuses for him, explaining either why he went home or explaining why they don't necessarily need all that money for the wall again, and explaining how they're going to enforce boundaries and increase security around the border with what they've been given. So they're going to, basically blow some bullshit up their base's asses to placate and to explain why they didn't get what they wanted. or to explain why Trump went home early. I feel like there would be great disapproval here for Trump's selfishness, self-involvement. And basically, there's a lot of disapproval for it from his base as well. Okay? So he loses approval. His approval rating goes down. His star is losing its luster. So yeah, that's the reading, guys. I was going to add something else, but I think I'm going to stop there as reading's getting kind of long. Thanks for tuning in. As far as Syria goes, I'm going to have to do a separate reading because my brain is kind of mush right now. I kind of pulled it out of my trance. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. And everybody have a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. And it's not about what you can give in the physical. It's about what you can give spiritually, to one another. So be good to one another, okay, guys? No fighting, no talking politics over Christmas dinner. All right, God bless. Bye.